Music is my big inspiration. I have to have music to be working. It's like totally foreign territory if it's silent and, or normal noises going on around me. That drives most of the different series that I've worked on. But through that, I have done some portrait series. I work totally abstract, let me say, but when I say a portrait series, I'm still thinking really specifically about a certain person. I'm always really intentional about titling work because I tell my students, untitled gives the viewer nothing. So to hook them in a little bit and to elaborate some, especially when you work non-objectively, I always draw phrases or a small grouping of words from the lyrics in the songs that I listen to. The first big influence when I was an undergrad was Kandinsky, and that's when I just started to sort of broach working abstract. And Kandinsky, ironically, also was very inspired by music, although he had a much more technical approach. And then I kind of fell in love with abstract expressionists and Jackson Pollock and that whole idea of action painting and really harnessing your subconscious or trying to access it as much as we're able to, and letting that kind of be this intuitive process. Once my canvas is prepared, I'll always start with at least one wash or one layer of color because that white is just like scary. So I get rid of it, and then that's when I start to think very specifically about which music I'm going to listen to. I've always worked with acrylics. I love the look of oils, and I've always been really drawn to them because they have that nice sheen and sort of buttery quality to them. But now, especially in the last few years, I mean, they've really developed acrylics so much more. There's all these gloss mediums and matte mediums, and I use like this lava rock texture that it has an acrylic base. And so there's so much simulated texture that has become literal that it's really fun to play with it on the canvas. I guess I've been looking for a way to allow my paintings to have even more presence in the space, and I work two-dimensional. And you'll see on my work that there's surfaces and textures and depth in a relief format, but in order for it to take up more space, I kind of stumbled upon the idea of starting to cast different body parts and then plaster that onto my canvases. It will still remain fairly abstract in nature, and I'm sure it'll stay pretty colorful. And I don't know which direction I'm going to go quite yet. I kind of have to delve into it a little bit more, but I'm really excited about, I think, how the physicality of that will impact the viewers a little bit more than my current work has allowed.